Hello, everybody. This is your teacher Joyce. Today we are going to talk about different kinds of notes and its rest and their values and their duration. And I hope we can talk about time signature today. Okay. All right. So let's do share the screen and let's look at the notes. Okay, so the types of notes. And we are going to talk about the rest too. Okay, so the first of all, I'm gonna give you the draw. Okay, we have a black cat and stem. We call this one quarter note. Okay, I'm gonna give you the name of the notes. And we have one white head, one stem. This is half note. And we have just one big white head. We call this one whole note. Okay. And then we have, looks like a quarter note, but we have flag. Okay. So this is eighth note. And its value, quarter note, it's 1 bit. So you may think about one apple, okay? Half note is 2 bits, and you may think about 2 apples. And whole note, the value is 4 bits. And then we have 4 apples. Okay, and this one is a half bit. And then you can just cut into 2. So this is like a half apple, the value, okay? So let's talk about this. So let's do some math here, okay? So 1 quarter note, this is 1 bit, 1 apple, plus 1 more apple, this is half note, right? 2 bits. And 2 half note, this is 1 whole note, okay? And eighth note, 2 eighth note is going to be 1 apple quarter note, okay? And then this flag we can link together like that, okay? So you can do this one like separate flags, or you can link together. That is 1 quarter note, okay? So that is like a value, easy math, right? Then let's divide half note into eighth note. How many eighth note? Equivalent to, half note, because half note is 2 quarter and 1 quarter. This is 2 eighth, right? So half note, we have 4 eighth note, like that. We can link like as many as you can, right? What about whole note then? Because these half note, we have 4 eighth note. So the whole note, we have 8 eighth note, right? So this is like a simple math, and I will show you the smaller notes, okay? All right, so let's talk about eighth note, okay? So eighth note is a half beat, right? And if you add one more flag here, this is eighth note, but if you add one more flag, this is 1/4 beat, okay? And you can add one more. This is 1/8, okay? Oh, and then you can do 4 flat. This is 16, like that, okay? So it's kind of easy when you think about one chapati here. One chapati, that is quarter, okay? 1/4, 1 bit, 1 bit, right? And you can divide it into 4. Have you ever eaten pizza? Pizza, we have like 8 pieces, right? Then the one chapati, you can divide it into 8 pieces, right? So the whole chapati is 1/4, but when you think about half, that is 1/8 notes, right? Okay, so you can just divide one chapati into 2, so the half of it is 1/8 note. But when you think about when you divide it into 4, then this much is going to be 1/4, and this is 16th. 16th. Oh, did I tell you the name of the note? This is 8th note, and this is 16th, and this is 32nd, and this is 64th. But you know, this one is you really see these notes in your music pieces. Okay, maybe if your level is like going up, then you can see this kind of notes very often. But I think the most popular notes are 8th notes and 16th. Okay, but you know, this is theory class, so you need to know. This is 32nd note, and you know, this number is how many pieces you divide with the one chapati, right? So, you know, this one is, the 8th note is half, and then 16th note is you have to divide into 4, and then this is 1/4 portion is 16. What about 32nd? If you divided one chapati into 8 pieces, then this is only this much portion is 32nd. We have 3 flags, okay? And then 64, you can, you know, you can divide it, this one, like half of it, okay? Half of it, this much. This much is going to be your 64. 4 flags, okay? So one more, 1/4, you can divide into 2. This is 8th note, okay? 8th note, you can divide into 2, 16, right? And then this one, you can divide it 32nd, like that. Your flag will be added more, okay? And also you can link this flag like this. So 2/8 note is going to be 1/4, okay? And then 2/16, you have to add the flag here, like that. This is 1, right? Because this one is 2/16 and this one is 2/16. Or you can link this flag all together. We have 4/16 and then 2 tails, 1, 2. So this is the same, okay? And then you can, because this one is 32, right? And then you have to add 2, 2 flags like that. This is how many? 4 32nd notes, right? So this one is going to be 1/2 note. I mean 1/8 note, right? 1/8, you have 4 32nd, 2 16. Okay, so 1/4, you need how many? 8. 8 32nd, 4 16, 2 8th notes. Okay, it's kind of like a dividing thingy. Okay, good morning, bird. Okay, so let's look at this one. This is whole note. Okay, this is a whole note and its value is 4 bits. Okay, and then you can divide it into half note, 2 half notes, because this is 2 bits and this is 2 bits. And then you can divide it quarter notes. Okay, then you can see one whole note, we have 4 quarter notes. And then you can divide it into 8th note. So this picture gives you understanding that how many 8th notes equal to one whole note. Okay, and this one, we can we can divide it into 16. So you have 2 flag, 2 flag, 2 flags, 2 flags, or you can link 4, 4, and then you can divide more, but let me stop here. So whole note, 4 bits, half note, 2 bits, and then 1/4, we have 1 bit, and then half note, we have half, and this one is 16. Oh, sorry, this is 8th. Ha ha ha. 8th, and this is 16th, and this is 1/4. Okay. And if you look at the screen here, this is what I just drew, right? So this is what whole note, 4 bits. You can divide into 2, half notes, quarter, and then 8th note, and this is 16th. Okay, so if you look at this picture, 2 half notes equal 1 whole note. 4 quarters notes, 2 half notes, and then 1 whole note. And then 8th, how many 8th notes? 2 whole note, we have 8th, right? And then 16. Okay, so you look at this picture. I posted this image to our Google Classroom, the lecture video. And then when you see another picture here, okay, so this is the note. When you see these notes on your staff, that means you need to play whatever notes indicates. And then the duration is like 4, 2, 1. That means if you see 4 like a quarter note, then this is 1 bit, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to play the keyboard, okay? But the rest means you're not supposed to play. You rather rest, okay? But the value is the same. So instead of 4 times you play with like a 4 bits, like 1, 2, 3, 4, play. This one is what, like a 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't play, but you keep the beat. Okay, so that is like a rest instead of playing the keyboard or any instrument, because this theory will work like every instrument, right? we share the same theory. So the rest is instead of playing the beats and playing the instruments, you need to rest. But the value, the duration is going to be the same. Okay, so let's look at the quarter rest. Quarter rest, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is, you know, the easiest way to draw 1, 2, 3, 4. This is quarter rest. Okay, so instead of note, you call that rest. And this one is 1 beat rest. Okay, and then half rest is look like, you know, hat. Okay, so this is half rest. And instead of half note, half rest means you have to rest 2 beats, like 1, 2. And the whole rest is looking, you know, it looks like one basin here. Okay, so this is like upside down. The whole rest, the duration is the same with the notes, 4 beats rest. And then eighth note, eighth rest is going to half, you know, half portion, like one, you know, half rest. Okay, so it's going to look like one whole and one dot and then going up a little bit and then going down. Okay, half rest. And then you can add one more head, one more dot, and then going up a little bit. And then this is 16 rest. 32, you can add one more. 64, you can add one more, like that. Okay? So quarter rest, 1, 2, 3, 4, quarter rest, and then half rest, hat, whole rest, basin, 1/8 rest, 16, 30-second, like that. Okay, so let's write or let's draw the notes and rest on the staff. Okay, so let's look at the staff here, and then we learned the notes and rest and its duration. 1/4, you know, the stem is going to be okay right here. 1/4, half note, whole note, eighth note, 16. Let me stop here. Okay, and then rest, half rest, whole rest, eighth rest, and then 16 rest. Okay, so on the staff, you remember the note name, right? So let me draw E. This is E, okay? But I'm gonna draw 1/4 note. This is E. F, G, A, okay? And then most important thing is, you know, from the third line, your stem goes down, okay? So this is B, okay? You have to make your stem down, okay? But don't write it down like that. Your stem is going to be on your left side, okay? So this is not right. And then C, because it's above the third line, your stem is going to be going down. B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, so this is quarter note. And then beat is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like that, like one bit, right? And let's look, let's draw one half note here. This is a C, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, like 2 beats, right? And then I'm just gonna add one bar, okay? And then this is a whole note. This is, the beat is 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So when you see the quarter note or a half note or, a whole note, you have to play, and this indicates the note is C, right, on the keyboard. So you play, you hit the C, this is your left hand, so with your left hand, and then C, and then you have to count the beats, like 1, 2, and then 3, 4. And this one is whole note, so 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to count the beats, right? What about the eighth note? C, 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 C. Okay, so this is like eighth note. Okay, and these two equal like a quarter. Okay, let me teach you how to count the beats like later. Okay, and then let's draw the rest here on the staff. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then this one half. I mean eighth rest, and then 16th. But these two, we have a specific space for half rest and then whole rest. Half rest always is going to be third line. Okay, you have to, don't put like a second line here. This is not right. Like always on the third line. This is half rest. And then your whole rest, you have to hanging under fourth line. Fourth line, and this is like a third line. Same with the bass clef, bass step here. Half rest, whole rest. Okay, so if you see your textbook, I'm not sure what page number, but if you see your textbook, you have the worksheets that tells you where you're supposed to put your rest on the staff. Maybe not in your main textbook, maybe the workbook. Or otherwise, I'm gonna add some sheets, like worksheets, so that you can practice, you can exercise how to draw the rest on the staff in a proper way. Okay.